WFLA Now will begin momentarily. WFLA Now will begin momentarily. Breaking news on WFLA Now. Here's JB Buno.
A Georgia SWAT team has surrounded an armed suspect aboard a Greyhound bus on an I-85 interstate ramp outside the Atlanta metro area, leading to, as you can see here on the left side of your screen, a massive traffic backup. The latest of what we know here live on WFLA Now. Hey there, folks. JB Buno here with you live across all of our platforms, including on WFLA.com, the WFLA app, where you can read the latest on this developing story. You can see what is normally a very busy I-85 outside of Atlanta. Normally, a lot of traffic going back and forth is now a parking lot due to SWAT responding to an armed suspect, a gunman aboard a Greyhound bus on an I-85 ramp near Indian Trail. We're going to get to the latest here from our NBC sister station in Georgia. SWAT team at the scene of I-85 in Norcross, Georgia, responding to a report of a suspect armed with a gun on a Greyhound bus. According to a spokesperson with the police department there, officers and SWAT, they have surrounded the bus on the I-85 northbound ramp to Indian Trail. Right now, no information on any injuries. However, police did say that all the passengers on that Greyhound bus and the driver have been evacuated. So as of right now, it is believed that aboard the bus itself, which is not currently in the frame, but aboard the bus itself is a solo gunman, an armed suspect. The exact circumstances surrounding why there is the armed suspect on the bus is unclear. But what is clear, based on the shot that we're seeing, is that multiple lanes, I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lanes of traffic in our view here on Interstate 85, down to really a parking lot, and it has been reduced down to, as we understand it, from the last traffic update, a single lane on one of the busiest highways in the southeastern United States. One of the northbound lanes is open. Yes, that's according to local police there in Gwinnett County. Just after noon today, a public safety alert went out to all phones, alarming people about a massive traffic backup in the area due to a unfolding SWAT situation. And again, this is an unfolding SWAT situation as we understand it at this time. Now, at this time, we only have this one camera view to show you. This one coming, you can see here, Georgia Department of Transportation, their I-85 Indian Trail camera at mile marker 101.6. We have been told that additional camera access, feed access might be coming our way in the minutes ahead. So we might be able to see some different angles, might be able to show you the bus in question, though that can get tricky when it comes to SWAT teams responding to an unfolding, rapidly evolving situation. Of course, you do not want to give any suspect any tactical advantage if they are able to access local media reports. So I don't know exactly what we are going to see once we do have new camera feed access to bring you. But right now we do have this shot to bring you, showing you the Georgia Department of Transportation camera located at mile marker 101.6. Again, no injuries reported, and the gunman has reportedly let or We don't know if the gunman let the passengers and the driver off, but they have been evacuated. The report says that they have been evacuated from the bus. So no passengers and the driver are aboard at this time, which is, of course, extremely fortunate that this is not a hostage situation. Right now, it's SWAT responding to I-85, the ramp at Indian Trail in Georgia. We do not know at this time if there's any contact between SWAT and the suspect. We also don't know if the bus is mobile. That's really important to point out. We don't know if the suspect has the keys to that vehicle, because if the suspect is in a working bus and does have keys to the vehicle, then there is a potential for an escape. Maybe as we understand it right now, we don't see the scene. SWAT has the area surrounded, but if the suspect were able to drive the bus, then it of course becomes a chase situation if the bus is able to escape either, down the ramp onto Indian Trail into the Indian Trail area, or even worse, down the interstate, causing, even more problems, of course, for local authorities. So if we have any more information about what's going on right now between SWAT and the armed suspect aboard the Greyhound bus, we'll let you know about it. But right now, what we have to show you is this: the Georgia Department of Transportation, the GDOT camera, showing what is going to be an extraordinarily long afternoon for thousands and thousands of people. The primary storyline here, of course, is SWAT responding to an armed suspect, a gunman aboard a bus, a Greyhound bus. However, a massive second storyline to this is the fact that there are going to be individuals, drivers in this traffic that are stuck here for hours. And that's even once they do get off the interstate, there's going to be an enormous headache, getting to their destination. This is in the direction of going towards Atlanta. So a lot of this was inbound Atlanta traffic. Oh, no, I'm sorry. This is away from Atlanta. Excuse me. Well, actually, there's delays in both. The reason I got confused is that there's delays in both directions, clearly, with what we're looking at here on your screen. But massive delays in both directions. That's I had two reports on my screen, one of them saying massive northbound traffic delays, massive southbound traffic delays. But the bus is stopped on the I-85 northbound ramp to Indian Trail. Northbound being away from the city of Atlanta, southbound being towards the city of Atlanta. This is, again, Gwinnett County. So all in all, a massive traffic nightmare for northeast Atlanta because of an armed suspect aboard a Greyhound bus that has obviously caught the attention of police, and now SWAT on scene responding. You can click on the link in the description on this video. It'll take you over to WFLA.com, the WFLA app, for the latest of what we know on this story. What we're also going to start to do now as well is I'll try to answer as many of your hashtag HeyJB questions or comments that you have. Perhaps you know this area well, Gwinnett County. Perhaps some of our commenters joining us are familiar with how busy of a stretch of interstate that this is, or know the area. There might be, and it has, let me tell you, it has happened before. Sometimes we will have, when we're talking about massive traffic delays, whether it's for, related to, criminal activity or not related to criminal activity, sometimes we'll have people join us on Facebook Live or on we're also live on YouTube. Hello to our YouTube audience. Also join us on YouTube Live. They're just sitting in their cars looking for updates. Sometimes they will find our live streams talking about scenarios just like this, wanting an update as to when traffic way ahead of them is going to get moving. So we might have some folks joining us in our comment section from, again, the left side of your screen here. Just look at how many cars are backed up and barely moving. I mean, barely moving. It's about 6 lanes of traffic condensed down to one open lane at this time. So it's going to be hours before this traffic gets fully moving again. And this being right smack dab in the middle of the day. But if you have any questions or comments, even though there's a lot we just don't know about this story, I'll do my very best to respond out of Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Ramblin' Rome on Facebook, hashtag KJB, didn't get far from the terminal. How did this start? So that's the thing, is that we don't know exactly how this began. Now, it's worth pointing out, as Rome is talking about here, there is a Greyhound bus location really close by to where this traffic backup is. But it's unknown at this time whether or not that Greyhound location has anything to do, any connection to, could the bus have been heading to this, from this? We don't know, but it is a very astute observation by one of our commenters, Rome here, noting that there is a Greyhound bus location on right really at I-85. What exit is this? It is at exit 101. So at that mile marker, yeah, it's not too far away from here. That is the exit for Indian Trail, Lilburn Road Northwest, if I'm looking at this map here correctly. So Rome, thanks for the comment. Appreciate it. This is a question that I was wondering as well when I first got word of the story about an hour ago. Catherine Kerr asking, hashtag AJB, was it initially a hostage situation? Don't know if it was ever a hostage situation. We just know that the driver and all passengers aboard the bus were evacuated. We don't know if the suspect, the armed suspect, ever had any intention of it being a hostage situation or taking hostages. But we do know that that suspect, as of the most recent update, is still aboard the bus, but without the driver and the passengers who have been evacuated. CJ Carol Fairchild, hashtag KJB, can you please go over what we do know? Thank you. Yeah, let's just kind of really quickly just go over what we know. This is I-85 in Gwinnett County at Indian Trail, mile marker 101 at the exit being 101 as well. SWAT teams have the bus surrounded. The bus is out of view. And we have been told that there might be some new camera feeds coming our way that we'll have access to. However, as I noted earlier, it's very unlikely that it's going to give us a view of the bus, only because that gives away a potential tactical advantage to SWAT teams. SWAT teams do not want tactical teams responding to a armed gunman, an armed suspect situation like this. They don't want any news media pointing cameras in the direction of the unfolding situation, for fear, of course, that it would give a tactical advantage to the suspect that they are trying to apprehend. Also, we know, as I noted earlier, that they have evacuated the bus. The bus has been evacuated. The driver and the passengers are no longer aboard, and this happened, I believe, SWAT got there a little bit after noon. Incident was blocking all lanes of traffic after 10 a.m. So this has been a couple of hours. And that, of course, obviously, you don't need a newscaster to tell you that you're looking at a massive traffic nightmare for the greater Atlanta area as a result of this unfolding SWAT situation. Not going to tolerate spam in our comment section. Any spammers that are in our comment section are going to get banned from our respective social media pages. Just don't have tolerance for it. So, yes, we are actively going to be banning people from our comment sections. So, yes, it has caught my attention, folks. Let's get to Lestar. Her comment, hashtag HeyJB, do we know if they are calling in negotiators, speaking with him, or just hanging out until he decides to do something? We don't know if there's any contact at this time between SWAT teams or what kind of contact that there would be between the SWAT teams responding and the armed suspect, the gunman aboard the bus. It's, of course, part of protocol for SWAT teams to establish some sort of establish communication with the person that they are trying to apprehend, trying to bring it to a peaceful resolution without any violence. But we don't know what's going on right now, and for good reason. If there was a news camera crew right there pointed at this, then, of course, as we noted earlier, it could potentially give tactical information away to the suspect that they are trying to apprehend. So this is the shot that we have right now. Now, we have been told that there are going to be additional camera feeds that are going to show us the situation as it's unfolding, and I think that's more related to probably the traffic. I don't think this shot speaks for how massive these delays are going to be in Atlanta, and really for Gwinnett County, the northeastern Atlanta metro area. It's going to be, Atlanta already is known as an area that has traffic problems. It is always frequently on lists for some of the worst traffic in the United States that you'll see is in Atlanta, and this is just going to be just a really, really bad situation unfolding for drivers in the Atlanta area. Molly saying, hashtag KJB, we just drove through there about an hour ago, headed south, just missed it. Molly, you're very lucky because you could be sitting in this for hours. One lane of traffic, as we last heard, is open, and this is, I think, 6 lanes of traffic normally, and usually very busy 6 lanes of traffic northeast of Atlanta. Let's go through some other comments. No, it is, and I'll just quickly throw this up for Ron. Ron, it is not a school bus. Thank goodness it's not a school bus. It is a Greyhound bus, and as our previous commenter, Rome, noted here, that it's not far from a Greyhound bus location, that they're right off that exit ramp. There is a Greyhound bus stop, if you will, an official Greyhound location. So it is not a school bus. Very, very fortunate that it is. Now, could there have been children aboard? We don't know how many people were aboard the bus. We don't know their ages. We know that they were evacuated off the bus. We also don't know the circumstances surrounding them being evacuated. We hope to get that information for you as well. Folks, I'll look for some more comments. I'm stepping away for about 90 seconds as we're here live from the Georgia Department of Transportation camera feed showing you just an absolute traffic nightmare on I-85 for a SWAT situation. A SWAT team is in position surrounding an armed suspect aboard a Greyhound bus. Back with updates. JB back with you here live, everybody on WFLA Now. Hello to our YouTube audience joining us, streaming live on YouTube as well as on Facebook and WFLA.com, the WFLA app. Let's get to a comment from YouTube that came in. Kai was asking, hashtag HJB, do we know who the suspect is? We don't. We don't know any, we don't have any information on the suspect. The only information that we have on the suspect is that they are said to be armed and still aboard that Greyhound bus. As far as any other details, it's just unknown at this time. Sometimes what you'll have happen in a situation like this, the longer that it goes on, the more likely that there is, the more that there's a likelihood that law enforcement in the area will give an update to keep media aware, because the media can be really helpful in a situation like this as far as getting information out to a lot of people in a very short amount of time. So the longer the situation goes on, it's more it's more normal and more, I would say, expected for there to be kind of a media update given. But right now, everything is of course at a screeching halt for this SWAT situation that is unfolding. And so if they expect this to be a very, very long standoff, potentially, then I think we'll get some sort of a media update relatively soon. But right now, the top priority, of course, for law enforcement and for the SWAT team in this area is to bring this to a resolution peacefully without incident. Lori Alexander, hashtag KJB, how and where did he get on the bus? We don't know. We don't know if the gunman boarded the bus with the intention of this becoming a situation. We don't know if there was a confrontation that occurred. There's just so many different scenarios. We don't know. All we know is that there's an armed suspect aboard a Greyhound bus, and that it's believed right now that the driver and all the passengers aboard the bus have been evacuated. Stephen Young, hashtag KJB, I hope this ends peacefully. I think all of us do. And I think that if we had any of the drivers, hey, Facebook, I know that we're somewhat limited, but hey, YouTube, is there anybody, any YouTubers, anybody who found this stream from here, this massive line of cars, this parking lot of traffic that is built up on I-85? If you're joining us from the traffic, you can tweet out an image using hashtag HeyJB, and you can tweet it out, you can put it in a comment section, and I'll try to get access to it. But let us know. Again, as we noted earlier, it's very, very common for people when they are stuck in just a massive traffic backup like this. What do? You get out your phone and you're looking for any updates. That update could be on Twitter, it could be on YouTube, could be on Facebook. And then sometimes they will find live streams like the one that we're on right now just to get updates. If you are one of those people that are in this parking lot of cars looking for what's happening at the front of the line, so to speak, it's down to one lane of traffic, and it might be a very, very long time before all lanes are open again. The quicker that the SWAT situation gets resolved, obviously the quicker, the more likely it is that sometime soon you'll be able to get all 5 or 6 lanes of traffic open on I-85. But yeah, the traffic delays are also too a massive part of this story. Looking for your hashtag HeyJB comments here live on WFLA Now. Let's get to some details coming in from another one of the stations in Atlanta. Fox 5 in Atlanta is reporting in conversations that they have had with Gwinnett County law enforcement officials, telling Fox 5 Atlanta that they received a call about a suspicious man who was armed with a gun and acting erratically. So again, according to Gwinnett County law enforcement officials speaking to Fox 5 Atlanta, and they say that that those officials believe the driver and all the passengers have been evacuated from the bus, but that a lot of folks have been asking in our comment section, how did this start? If again, this is with rapidly evolving situations like this, sometimes you'll get nuggets of information that it's not from a press conference or but this is information coming from Fox 5 Atlanta saying that they spoke with officials, and they say that police did receive a call about a suspicious man who was armed with a gun acting erratically. And that's how this all started, all kind of began, if you will. Again, live here, showing you the traffic delay. And I think that the camera just moved, did it not, while I was reading that little nugget of information from Fox 5? Yeah, camera just shifted even more away from the traffic. These are robotic cameras, so that they do have the ability to move, and this one just moved to the right. Comment from L.A. Evans, hashtag HAB. What part of Georgia is this? This is really, not too far away from Atlanta. This is Gwinnett County, northeast of Atlanta. In the area, as you can see on your screen, Indian Trail is where this traffic camera is mounted. JB here with you folks. If we get any new camera feeds, we'll be going back live on WFLA Now. This is going to conclude our live stream here momentarily. The latest on WFLA.com, the WFLA app.